Welcome to another segment of the Jermaine Brown Sports Talk Show. Today is Tuesday, April the 29th, 2014. I want to talk about Adam Silver, who's the commissioner of the NBA. Why am I clapping? Today, for the first time in a long time, a commissioner of one of the four major sports, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, took such a strong and definitive stance that it actually made me proud. What happened was he basically kicked Donald Sterling out of the clubhouse, so to speak. Donald Sterling received a lifetime ban, which is basically a suspension for life. Okay, the $2.5 million fine, I don't care about that because that's like fining me $2.50. Come on, folks, that's not no money for a billionaire. But lifetime ban. But here was the most important words. He's going to persuade or encourage the owners to force Donald Sterling to sell the Clippers. This is very, very important, folks. This is almost landmark because, first of all, you got to understand the position Adam Silver was put in. Adam Silver just came on the job in February, okay? And to have to deal with this. No, this, other than fighting the players fighting the fans, literally going into the stands to fight, this is like the second worst or the worst possible outcome of any organization is to deal with a Donald Sterling. When you get an owner who spews racist or homophobic or any type of views that really offends people, that's a major problem because once you start losing sponsors, you're going to start ultimately losing money, folks. And what the NBA could not have afforded to do was that sponsors started pulling ads from the NBA. Not only that, there was word that the players, if they was not happy with his ruling, they was prepared to strike or boycott that tonight's games. So imagine if there was no NBA games tonight and it's supposed to be the playoffs. It would have been the ultimate egg on the face of the NBA. The NBA could not have survived that. So they did the best thing. They booted the guy out of the clubhouse. And he deserves to get booted out of the clubhouse. He's an idiot, folks. This is not an owner you go to bat for. Okay? This is not an owner you go to bat for. This owner, just get him out. Mark Cuban, the night before, was saying, well, it's a slippery slope, forcing owners to divest their interest in their club because of comments they made privately. I don't want to hear about slippery slope. It's no longer private, folks, once it gets on the internet and it's public. It's now public. It's no longer private conversations. It was no longer a private conversation. You cannot just say what you want, folks, and think that there is no repercussions, no fallouts. There are. There's a price to pay to say what you want. Okay? Forget the woman. The woman is not running the organization. And I'm talking about the girlfriend. I'm talking about Donald Sterling. He's the one running the organization. He's in a position of empowerment. And when you see, forget the fact that he holds racial racism in his heart. He holds a slave mentality. Oh, white superiority in his heart. That's the problem, folks. He's got to go. I clothe them. I feed them. He stopped short of saying I bathe them. I'm surprised he didn't go that route. But the point being, you cannot treat people like they're your property, because they're not. They're human beings, and human beings want to be treated with dignity and respect. Whether you agree with their views or not, whether you agree with their lifestyle or not, whether you agree with their positions or not, people want to be treated with respect. And when you don't give that respect, you're going to have the problems that Donald Sterling has. And I want people to keep in mind something, folks. Oh, this girl was wrong for what she did and this, that, and the other. Folks, he didn't tell this to a white woman or to one of his white fat cat friends. He told these views to a black and Latina woman. That he don't care for black and Latinas and Latinos. He don't care for. So what is he indirectly saying about her? He doesn't care about her. What was she, and then on top of that, you're gonna have the wife to sue him for $1.8 million? Okay, 1.8. I mean, are you serious? So now, just looking at the suspension alone, or the fine alone from the NBA, you sued for $1.8 million, but however, you're going to be fined $2.5 million. That seems like you're losing money to me. Was that $1.8 million worth it? I would love to ask Donald Sterling right now, was that $1.8 million worth it? Was it worth it to go after that $1.8 million? Look what it's costing you. Okay? Look what it's costing you. It's costing you far more than $1.8 million. It doesn't cost you your franchise because you're going to sell. Now, I'm reading, he refuses to sell. Folks, let me explain something to you. He's going to sell. And Charles Barkley and these others, well, they said this the night before. The NBA can't force you to sell your team. Oh, yes, you can. Folks, if they can kick the president out of office with an impeachment, do you not think they can kick you out of these clubs, these little clubs? Any club, any church you go to, you don't conform, they can kick you out. I remember a preacher by the name of Carlos Ceniceros Jr. one time said in his message, do not ever think you're bigger than the church because the Lord will remove you and put somebody in there better than you. Don't ever think you're bigger than your organization, folks. Because why? You will be removed and they will put somebody in there better than you. Donald Sterling is not above the organization. And when you start messing with that man's money, the organization's money, they are going to get rid of you. Okay? They got their ways. Do not think that these boys don't have their ways of getting rid of you. Donald Sterling, even for all his billions, cannot go up against the NBA and win on this. He's not going to win. Because the NBA can do so many things to him. First of all, let's say he challenges, okay? Which he's most likely to try to do. Then what the NBA will say is, okay, the coaches and players become immediate free agents. What do you think is going to happen next? Mass exodus out of the Clippers, from the Clippers. And then the message is going to be sent privately. You're not to sign with the Clippers. If he can't get guys to sign with the Clippers, what do you think is going to happen? He has no team. If he can't put a field team on the court, folks, he can't put fans in the stands. He cannot make money. And remember, there's also a little clause in the NBA's bylaws where it says that they can terminate the team. So if they wanted to, they can go what they call the nuclear route. Terminate the team, which means he doesn't get a dime. The team ceases to exist, and he doesn't get a dime. It would not be it would be prudent for Donald Sterling, sell that team and get maximum that you can get and call it a day. Call it a day. You're not going to win this battle. I promise you that. The sponsor has already started leaving you in droves. You cannot win this battle. And I love what the commissioner did today by basically saying we're going to force the sale of the team. They're saying that they're not going to allow the wife and or son-in-law or any relative or member of the Sterling family to run the organization, which means goodbye, they're gone. Okay? They're gone. This was the only acceptable action that I wanted to see. Adam Silver deserves Commissioner of the Year. I want to thank you for watching another segment of the Jermaine Brown Sports Talk Show. Have a good night.